So jumping from one place to another, we'll go to Pakistan to Maryland. That's normal, right? And I did mostly because I want to ask someone if there's someone in the area, and I also wanted to show you a capture or two that I haven't shown you when I was with a bunch of guys in Maryland. These guys are the best. I think this is a really important message that has been given to me from then. It happened. Let me tell you a story that I usually don't do this, but it's that good. I was in Pennsylvania. It's all on video as this happened. A place where my parents live. We have a farm there since 1980, and it's remote. And you can go and find a new remote place near your remoteness anytime you want. And I find this old. My words exactly as I go by. I'm like, look at that haunted house. The second I do that, the world freezes basically inside my brain. And they said no haunted. They said no ghosts. They said the dead do not interact with the living. Ghost stories real, but not dead. And it has nothing to do. Can't you believe that? It's so true. So the dead have never once interacted with the living. It's forbidden. It's never happened. It's impossible. So all of your ghost stories are real, completely real. Nothing changed. None of your life or your stories change. It's just that it was living. Over and out. Okay, so I just came across this. It's amazing what I forget about. Like like the second I saw it, of course, it all came back, but I would never have remembered I did this. I did it like a breakdown. It was called, I believe this, don't quote me, but if my memory serves me after seeing this was in Pakistan, which makes it really interesting. That there's a history in these lands, that there's giants out in the deserts and the rocks, and this stuff all goes on. This is the unseen world. I'm here to tell you. Okay, it's a version of what we deal with in the forest. They're just using the structures the same way. It's just it would seem like an endless world over there. It's not just Bigfoot. In fact, he would be the minority. Okay, if anything, I think they seem to be in some kind of leadership role, and that's why you'll see the minions. Not to downplay their importance, I call them the others, because they're come in such bulk. I don't know how else to put it, but that's the confusion, and that's how it's all done. Is there's an incredibly secured world with hundreds of them. No one's alone. That's why there's no bodies. That's why you'll never see anything. And it's the unseen world. I live it, breathe it. I think one of the only people in the world that it's their job. I've dedicated my entire life to this, unfortunately. Fortunately, and it's very difficult, and lonely. It's made you realize that. The other thing they told me, that you were only here for one reason. There's only one reason anyone exists. You were here to learn a lesson in love. It's all about love, and people can't understand that because we're pretty simple. We don't understand that there's a million lessons in love. In fact, the biggest lesson in love is not having any at all. You could be a drunk guy in the gutter on the streets for the last 10 years. He's learning the biggest lesson in love. It's the most powerful, painful lesson any of us will ever learn, good or bad. Watch one more time. Here, you know what? I wanted to do this. Let's do it from back here. I want to do a zoom. Sometimes we'll pick up on something. Let's see, I want to see his face. Might be a camera. I don't know what that is. I know that's supposed to be a fire from an old fireplace. That's a clean out for a fire. A chimney. Sorry, this is just delaying this because I think that's one of his cameras? What is that? Anyway, let's watch it. Kind of keep an eye on that too. I'm just trying to see because you can see this entity inside. That's pretty crazy. The one before, the video I watched before this, it's amazing what this ghost does amazing things. I mean, it's almost like it's got to be hoax. I think I say at the beginning of the video to keep an eye at the YouTube avatar. I think it's actually the avatar that's causing the disturbance. That's legit, especially after what I saw inside. Yes, it is. That's legit. I think that's a camera. That thing does not move. He runs and gets his camera. They don't show. But anyway. So I had no plans on doing this. This happens a lot to me. I come across something and I'm like, you know what? I have a whole new outlook on it. And, you know, it's not, it hasn't changed. I think it's just my outlook expanded as I continue to do this and feel more comfortable saying things. And, you know, even if it might sound crazy to someone else, I'm very confident of when I'm broadcasting. So that's why you'll see a video like this occasionally where I just grab it. Most people probably haven't seen that. That was Pakistan. Very cool. You can click his name of his video comes up quite a bit if you want to check it out. I'm sure those guys. You know, so the bottom line is people that think that they're ghost researching are doing exactly what I do. They're just doing it among human structures. So it's more difficult actually because you need something to happen. And you're seeing 1 out of a million when you see a good video. You could go into these places a million times and they'll just hide and not do anything. And then the once in the blue moon, it's typically nighttime. Night is always, if you really need this for yourself, like a real experience, it would seem that night. I get it. I've done it in the day hundreds of times. Like we're amazed, but it's also because I do it a lot. But if you want nighttime, it's not that anything goes on any more at night. It might be slightly more at night, but it's just that's when you can't see. It's all about your vision, and then they'll be more bold and they'll actually do stuff. Nighttime it can be an amazing thing. So here's something I usually don't do. Who is in Maryland? I would love to send you here. So I would like to give you a mission. This isn't. I have connections. I have someone else I could send. I have a few people that can go here, but they've already done it. I would love to send someone new here to this exact location, to this house, which is owned by the state. You can be here. You can park right over there, and there's a cul-de-sac, and then go into this forest. This is an entire Bigfoot world, whatever you want to call it. I found their seats. They're set up with giant bungalow type things right over this little hump here. I put my sticker over that. If you kept going on that path, there's like a well house, and my sticker's on it. I would love if you can take a picture. I wish I had money. I'd be like, if you could walk in there and take a picture, find my sticker and take a picture, I'll give you $20,000. But since I'm bankrupt and they don't allow people to tell the truth, they make you poor so you seem like a loser. That's what they do. They take your funds away. People only respect people that have money. No, isn't it amazing? That's how they do it. So if Mark's not rich, then he must not be doing a good job. This is what they do to the society. It's been done. We've been played on with full-fledged psychology since the early 1900s. So my suggestion is it's not a suggestion, it's just an offer. Who's in Maryland? This is off a major highway. It's northern Maryland, I would think it would be called. Yeah, it's not far from Virginia. So just somewhere we're off 95, and I'll give you the best location. Just pop right off, even if you're an hour away. You'll love this area. Just walk through here. It's amazing. Like go into the forest and then climb up. There's like little mound, like little pyramid type mounds in the middle of the forest, and you walk up them, and they're just, it's amazing. Dave, look at those eyes. That's Mr. Thundercloud. I say we just go with it. I mean, worst case, we can just do a beeline straight back.
That's a raccoon.
You guys, that was legit, man.
Yeah, it was.
I swear to you. Look, you're stepping on more of them. There's hundreds of those others. Yeah. So this isn't this video, but I just came across this part. Without an exaggeration, we found 100. It's all on video on YouTube. 100 in Maryland. Hundreds of circles. This is what they do. They connect. No one would ever know unless we had been doing this for 10 years. There's something more to it. The reason they make these circles and exist there. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, that's their seats. But there's a reason behind it.
Half-eaten pine cone.
That's a round seat right there, guys.
Half-eaten nut.
Not only that, there's a black freestanding X right there.
Yes, sir.
You guys. I've kind of had it with the X's and the tridents. If you see an X and a trident and you see something that might be them, I think the percentages are great that it is, no matter what our brains tell us. Everyone wants to see Patty and say, look, that doesn't help you. What I show you is 10 times Patty. I explain, I take you to where Patty hides. When you're in their home, she was out of her grid. When you're off the system, when you're in their homes, this is how you learn it all. I could show you the best footage of everything. What have you learned? Nothing. You're just convinced. If you're not convinced, I really don't even want you here. Hold on, you guys go. I'll catch up. I want to see if they're watching. It's not that I don't want someone here. It's just that you're a hinderer. It's we have this has all been done 10 years ago, and we move forward every single day. So when we have stragglers, look, you could be on a bowling team, and if the guy's like, this sucks, I hate this, everyone else is having a blast, and you get the one miserable person that's going to bring down the party, and that's kind of the same thing as these outsiders coming into the most amazing subject on earth with that are a lot of times bad people. They're not good-hearted, kind people. They're out to attack and hurt feelings and make people feel. I'm not even talking about me. It's what I see out there. You can't affect me, okay? Like hard, little bit, but hardly. I'm used to this. I'm from Jersey. I got thick skin. Troll away. I care about other people. I care about harmony and just having a peaceful life and environment. So that's why I say something like that. I don't want you to leave. I just want you to snap out of it. The way you talk, the way you smile sets me off. The way you move, the way you groove makes me wanna be with you. I don't know how I know that song, and I know my singing's terrible. I'm a bass. I can't sing in trouble. So anyway, I can't sing at all. I saw that in a movie. I don't know how I know the words. So Maryland, you guys, who's out here in Northern Maryland? I would love to send you to a couple places with just your cell phone, if that's all you got, and just take some shorter clips. You can always take one clip and break the clips down later. I think people would be interested if I was like, hey, look, this guy Bob or Sue, not the guy named Sue, but a girl named Sue. There could be I just want to make it clear, there could be a guy named, there could be a girl, no, there could be a guy named Sue in Maryland, but I'm talking about a girl, and just to get them out there and send me the footage, be like, Mark, you were right. Look what we found. Look what happened to us. We saw this. I think people would be interested if I did a video and said, hey, look, all the places I've been in Maryland, we found someone to go back it up, and here's some of the footage. I think that would be kind of cool, especially for the people in that area. It sound like control. So I So just food for thought in a sense. As you're driving by, me included, we're all looking for Bigfoot, like a black thing behind a tree looking at us. Remember, so what's happening is, in most cases, they're incorporated into this forest. They're not just running around hunting and all the things our imagination would tell us. They can be 30, 8-foot beings could be right there in this shot right now. And we won't even see them at all ever most of the time. It's the times I'm showing you that that when we do capture them. So just because we don't see anything right there, believe me, they're there. You can't see something that good. Do you see that? I can read that like I read our own alphabet, okay? Without them being there. I just want to make it clear. They're incorporated. They're the ground. They're a boulder. They're inside trees that you would swear to God they couldn't be. They're on the outside of a tree that looks like they're a part of a tree, but they're not. It's just a knowledge. It's a technology that's been passed down for a long, long, long time. And like I said, I don't think they're all on the brink of it. I think that they're handed this. You're born into it. It's been passed on since the beginning of time. And I do think, we do not know this for sure, but I think most people believe this, and I think that when that happens, there's something to it. That there is something is different with time with them, and they do seem to live longer. These are not things that have been made up. I think that even if they were, I think that they're not far off from being accurate. You know, you may not know it, but I think you do. There's something special about the people in Maryland and Virginia and New Jersey and New York. Yes, there's a lot of annoying people there too, but there's just something. They just get it. So like, so either going to go completely the opposite, but the people from that area that are like involved with me and get this are the nicest, kindest, most amazing people. So I just wanted to add another clip in case. I don't know if I've used some of these or not. I have so much Maryland material. I don't think I remember using this. So for them, I just want to, in case, and for the guy that wants to come out here, or girl, and give me some footage out here, I just want to throw some extra clips in. Because you got to isolate this place. It's such confusion here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so much going on.
This is pretty epic.
When I was with him at the power lines, there was someone else there. I think it's you. Yeah, it was you. Yeah. I filmed them. I mean, I got the best.
There was actually that one that was actually on the tower. I saw that.
There was more than one. You could just see their silhouettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of people found that.
The most interesting thing, because it's not like in the trees where everything is, rounded and curved. There was very, very distinct flat lines.
That's what I think about the subject. So even when we think we're like, oh, like Colorado Bigfoot, you're doing such a great job, but am I really? I mean, is it? What are we really missing? I mean, I think we're seeing like 0.1% of what's really happening here.
Yeah.
So, but thank God we get something, right?
Right.
Because otherwise, if you knew they were here, it's like, I know they're out here, but they didn't do any like work like they do. Mm-hmm. We get old after a while. But being able to see what they build, that's all I care about. I've seen them. I don't even want to see. I don't even care. I mean, it'd be great to see them today, but if I get to see some beautiful structure, I just love it. And look at this. There's like a teepee. I mean, over there.
You ever heard of Ed Dames, remote viewer?
What's that?
Ed Dames, remote viewer. He's on Coast to Coast a lot.
I don't think so. I really don't hear or see anything, to be honest with you. You'll just have to excuse me. I get real excited. I don't know what it is. I love Maryland and Virginia. I don't know. I can't come up with a reason even for myself why I'm obsessed with. So I think that's why I love all the people there. It's exciting to me there. My sister lives there. It's all right there in the middle of millions and millions and millions of people. So, hey, this is interesting. Now I know this clip. I've played it before. I want to play it one more time. He plays this guy, and I forget what it is, but it was interesting.
Is one of the things, the nonsense protocols that the system out there has is Bigfoot. Bigfoot is a sideshow. It is not what we think it is. It is a total sideshow to get our attention. And if you solve this enigma of what Bigfoot is, then you demonstrate an evolving consciousness. And in terms of human evolution, this is what that agency out there wants to foster. So solving that enigma is like a warp drive breakthrough, and then there will be contact. When there is contact, and the system is a controlled feedback system, so it has to respond, because the key element of their goal has been consummated, it's been displayed, and it changes everything forever vis-a-vis these watchers out there, that system, and humans, because we've displayed a higher level of intellect. So technical remote viewing used that to see what were the protocols for contact, and it turns out to be
pretty smart.
A place, could be many places, but at least one place.
Yeah, that's good enough. That was good. I think people like. Just finding extra random clips. If you don't know, this is John Papus. He's a Christian minister. The little one's up there.
Hard to see because I'm getting a reflection off the screen.
John's getting really, really old, you guys.
Way old.
He's in his 50s. He's like.
In fact, I feel like I aged 4 years since we got in the parking lot.
We decided that next year, instead of squatching, we're going to go grave tomb shopping for the both of us. Nah, let our families deal with that. That's not our. That's not our problem. We'll be squatching. You guys.
It's hard to believe that people didn't put all this.
That makes an X. They don't have to touch. Yeah. That's an X.
Definitely.
You guys, what do you notice about this?
A million logs.
Besides that, nothing is touching the ground.
It's on the ground. That's right. It's all elevated.
Is it that exciting? No, but it is if you really process. You guys, look at this. Nothing is on the ground. I can say this with confidence now. When you find a spot like this, like let's just say you find a place you know that they did it right. They're always there. No matter what we see, which is usually nothing, they're always there.
If it was deadfall, something would be on the ground.
I mean, my brain wants to tell me that trucks came back and dumped all this wood here, all in the same place.
Right, and that's your default human, and you'll never lose that. You'll always have. The more you do this, you become two of you. The guy that kind of gets it, and then you'll still have you're still human, so you're going to have those emotions like
Arguing with myself. You're crazy. No, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is a little bit different than the old Tottenham Mountains, huh, Rusty?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everywhere I look is something interesting.
So just off the top of my head, my main 4 dudes there are John Papus, John Paul, Russell, and David Thundercloud. And these guys have all become friends, and they're just a great bunch of guys. If any of you are interested or in the area, you want to go out by yourself, or if you want to just any one of those guys would take you out. I'd actually prefer that because then I don't have to explain where to go. I'd love to hook you up with Dave and send you to the cul-de-sac. This is also a great forest. Or there's a bunch of options to send you. So if you're interested, let me know somehow. Messenger and Facebook are the best way to contact me. Or if you see an admin on YouTube, just be like, hey, I'm trying to get in touch with Mark. Comment that way. There's a lot of people watching, I have lots of admin throughout we don't need they're not admin where they monitor. I mean, they do, but it's not for that. It's just means they're cool. It means they know what time it is. They know what the subject is. They probably do this themselves. And they're just great people to contact if you're trying to reach me. I have a lot of people like TV, like Travel Channel always tries to contact. They can't get in touch with me. It's hard to find me if you don't know me. So, but not if you're on Facebook. I'm right there for you. Anytime you can reach out, friend request me first. A lot of people send me messages without being friends. I don't see them. So that's Gracie in the background. I'm babysitting. So friend request, messenger, Facebook Messenger. Can't wait to go back to see these guys in Maryland. Over and out.
They don't have big structures.
Scotland, Colin in Scotland. He films them.
Yes,
on
I was
these.
looking at
Yeah. They become part of did you see that little gnome I got recently?
That was great.
You can't deny
That's
it.
like the clearest
He's
thing I've ever
sitting right on the end of the. It's a perfectly clear video,
but you couldn't see it with your eye, though. That's the thing. It's probably the only camera.
I could not see him. I did not see him. I've never seen anything like that with my eyes, but I get them all the time. Those guys are too good. I think it's too dangerous. Like, what if I was like, run over and grab them or something?
Yeah.
Does telepathy always work? I think it does. I don't know who can use it. It's so confusing. If it was one being, we'd have figured it out by now.
Right.
But just when you get close, some other elf comes out of a fairy, or it's crazy. Anything you've seen in a cartoon or a movie, I think, is real. You know what I mean? We didn't imagine these creatures to begin with.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
It's like someone in Hollywood has the inside scoop.
Yeah. In fact, not to be a name dropper, but what's her name? Snow White Bigfoot, who's into the primate thing.
Yeah.
He even says, lately I've been seeing stuff that looks like cartoons. I was like, yeah.
I have a lot of people that actually do watch her.
Yeah. She's all right. I've sent her pictures.
Well, that's what's cool about this subject is there's a lot of people that have their own little niche in it. I think that's important that we all have. To me, this is what everyone should do. No one's copying anybody, but this is what you do. You can find their language and you just follow it. Yeah. People are like, oh, Mark, I'm copied. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to. There's no copying. It's the only way, in my opinion.
Passing along knowledge.
What else would you do? Just go turn your channel on and just make up, like, that's what most people do. They just, like, I do this, but with facts, I can show you. So that's what makes me allowed to talk too much, because I can prove
Look
it.
at the way they're weaving.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sorry, guys.
Man, they've got
I'm going to
so
leave
much
some of this
stuff
up.
in this.
I just want to see people, that just the people to understand that there's nothing special going on. We are just 4 idiot. No, I'm just kidding. 4 regular guys that just, all you got to do is just be here, and this is incredible. You know what I'm going to do? We got to check this really quick. I want to see, because normally we just walk by because it's human, but I just want to see if they touch anything, because look, this has been. Like, is there a little X up there or anything? Here's the question, because does anybody recognize this? I don't.
So facts, the new facts that are become just 100% things. I don't really like to talk about them because it's hard for people, but if you see that, okay, this is one of their #1 symbols. It was not from the weather, okay? 99.9% of the time, it's their structure. Now, not only is it, not only are they markers, but the bigger ones, it's in here, at least here. There seems to be at times they live on, they break it to live on it, to be on it for a certain amount of time. We're talking about entities that surround these other creatures we try to find, and they some of them look just like them. They're just small, and they're it could be a photosynthesis type of thing. Like, I'm not in that category. Like, it's not not everyone's out hunting deer. They're seen. I've noticed it right away. They use a special connection to trees and bushes, and I don't, maybe they have a sped up photosynthesis where, you connect for a half an hour and you're full. I don't know if it's wood or energy or what it is. Maybe you can live on energy. It's hard to know. Like I've said, the easiest way is just to know that their life and what they do is just in every way that I can see completely different from ours.
Like, they know about you, they know who you are, which I agree with.
Yeah.
But you think when you come here that they somehow connect back?
Well, that's the big question. I mean, how do I know?
Right.
The only way I can answer is that yes, I think that, and I swear to God, I would tell you no if I didn't know.
Right.
I just don't know for sure. How
No,
do you know?
I think there's some.
Unless he comes
connectivity.
over and he's like, yes, can we do that?
Maybe there's a
I think we
database
should
that
go
can
right
tap
here.
into.
What do you guys think? You see how
we gotta get back.
you know why you know why you go there? Because you can't see. There's basically a trident right in front of JP. Like, look, there's two. It's a fork right there, but it crosses to an X at the top, and then behind it is another one, and then look how it's touching it. That's a trident right there. Look at that. You see that? Look, it's a trident X. Even though it doesn't have the third.
Yeah.
Look right there. And then it turns into an X at the top of the tree.
Oh yeah. I do see that.
And then they can't help but to put the one off the ground touching it.
Yeah. That's bad.
Same thing here. Guys, this is insane. You guys could just come right here anytime you like by yourself.
I know, I'm only
This is separate than where we normally go.
I think if you came here a lot
There's a tree up there stuck
on
up
your own
forever.
and just sat here, you could really develop something.
The break, the leaner.
I'm telling you, they want it. They like it. They can only give you so much, especially if you come by yourself and they just like you, and absolutely, you might even leave that day be like, oh, nothing happened, but you'd be surprised that there's something going on. They just can't tell you, or they get in trouble. How do we
Russ,
get?
I know where we're coming from now, and whenever it's some time.
You guys, look at that. That's a Trident X.
You're here, so you want
It's
to come down here.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's
See, look, it's a Maryland Trident X right there. Right there. Is that it? We'll go over there.
You gotta get over
You
there.
know how I know? You would never have known if I didn't do this every day. You see the fork? The fork tree right there? It's like just like this. It goes right there. You have to look really close. The fork goes up, turns into an X. On the bottom, it's got one that's off the ground touching it like they do with their X's. See that? That's all them. I could bet you $1 billion. Yeah, because why? Because it's a
What do you think about that one up there?
it's a system. Holy moly! You guys, I'm so excited about this.
It's like a whole tree, and like it's looking there, and it's polished that tree up there. It's crazy.
And then what the best part is there's a divider of water that no one's just gonna walk across. Like they can just sit. That's why I feel like they're over there. I am supercharged with energy. It's the only ability I have, but it doesn't happen until I get near there. And I think sometimes it's me, like I'm just so excited, but I don't think so because I didn't feel like that in the parking lot. What was that?
Bird chirping?
Yeah, but
Water?
dude, what the? Look. That's a trident. It's right there. I turn around, there's a bird whistling, and there's a trident that we all missed. Sorry for the bad video, guys. Do you see the trident?
Yeah.
It's a square trident. We hear. I turn around, there's a square trident. If they send a bird over here, I'll lose my mind. You guys, this is exciting. I'm not going to film this video to try to entertain you. I just want to film it like we're just doing this, and I might edit a little bit so it's not boring, or too boring. But this is exciting, and I feel so excited to be here. I love that place.
Yeah.
Look, Trident X. Look at it. I am so excited for some reason right now. That's a Trident X.
The truth of the matter is, I was coming here for a while regularly.
Yeah.
Until I saw that video about Mark Barton. That freaked me out, man.
Yeah, but I can explain all that to you.
Okay.
Easily. I'll make you feel better. Yeah.
I don't want to be like that.
I'm not going to do it here because I've been asked this question, but I can explain that instantly to you.
Okay.
It's one of the advantages of being with them so long. I knew the answer right away, and I can. So I'll explain what
I
happened.
talked to a remote viewer who actually said that she had to solve that problem. What happened there? But I'd like to hear your opinion.
I know. I don't even. It's an opinion, but I think it's more than that. I can tell you. I know exactly.
Okay.
In fact, I'll say this much on the camera. You know what happened to the guy Mark from Trail of Bigfoot?
Mark Barton.
Maybe not. I don't know.
We'll fill you in. And so it is an opinion, but it's not really in a sense. Believe it or not, what happened to him, these guys hide from them as well. There's an internal thing. So what happened to him is not even close to these guys.
I'm afraid to run into those guys.
Well, I don't think you can if you're you, because like for me, they won't let them. If I'm near them, something will happen. They'll either make me leave if I'm in trouble, or I have an incredible story I should have. It's called. His name is Hair by Landis. He does like hair to like famous people.
Okay.
He has one of the most amazing stories, and I've seen the pictures where a fairy came and said he was camping in Washington State, deep in the forest. And his first night, she came when there was a Bigfoot right next to him. They're looking right at him, and said she was very uneasy, didn't want to look at him.
Really?
She wanted to look at him, but didn't really want his eyes. And she's like, "You need to leave
Really?
right now." And she said, "You need to leave. It's not safe." A fairy, like a woman, like. And then the book, I see the
There's
pictures.
good fairies and there's bad fairies.
Then she left them. No, she left them these rocks that were like tools from 3,000 years ago with inscriptions on them.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God, I got all the. There's no way this guy faked this story. I wasn't supposed to. I'll have to check what he said because it's been a while. But he's in energy overload now, and I don't think he minds if I say that. But I got to just make sure because he did say it was private at the time.
Yeah. Is that what you?
So I may have to edit
the story
this.
you're talking about, or is that a
Talk about
different
Mark
story?
Barton.
So he'll fill you in.
But yeah, there was a
Let me walk over here.
video.
Okay.
So most of you know what they're talking about. You guys, sorry, I am so ADD central. I'm losing my freaking mind at how exciting this is. Where's the trident? There's like, I call forks tridents too because it's the same thing. There's your.
So I think there's an answer that applies to many things on this earth and many different subjects, which is all the same subject. It's the unseen world. There's 1,000 different people that would seem
There's
to
your
be onto
triangle.
a different subject
Yes,
that are all
Maryland's
researching the same
outstanding.
thing, the unseen world. We are the only thing
triangle right
separate.
there. Yes,
Humans were
it's
created
yours.
to
You
be
own
on
it.
their own. So the answer
What
is
about
that
that? I'm gonna put that thing I
everything,
found in last night in Maryland. It's like an
the only thing,
incredible.
it's just us. That's why everything
bam.
seems impossible. Everything else knows
I've only
about
filmed
each
one
other.
in my life.
It could be, there could be a greater good factor there,
So
but I
where'd that
think
go?
most of it was control. Because there is something about just being able to go through your life and not have to worry.
Where did it go?
But
I don't see it.
without the proper
Yes, sir.
knowledge, that is the Gracie, give me a break. Without the proper knowledge, you can't think your way through. You won't end up in the same place you would have with the right knowledge. So that's where it's unfair. The ultimate truth, good or bad, should have been known by all people so they could think properly and make their decisions on God and not God and whatever they want. But when all of these equations were removed from your processing, we ended up with us now. And it's just unfair. I just think that's what I do. It leads you closer to amazing things in fact, not in faith. Over now.